Are you lazy or just burnt out? This is a question I often ask myself when I find myself stuck between the guilt of not doing something and the feeling of being too mentally drained to do anything at all. The phrase that I hear more than I would like to admit is that I'm just lazy. What you're doing when you say phrases like that is that you are giving yourself an identity of a lazy person. It might not sound as scary, but it gets scarier as time passes when you act like that identity. As much as you hate those self-love gurus on TikTok, they taught me something very important in this life, which is that you should use your words and thoughts very, very carefully. Because every word you say is the energy you are giving out into the universe, especially whatever you say after the phrase I am. A quick tip: it is a great way to manifest, and you do not want to manifest bad things into your life. Okay, so back to the topic. I'm here to give you some awareness on this topic that I feel is not talked about a lot. And while everyone is out there trying to push you to be the best version of yourself and talking about discipline, consistency, and what not, the golden question is, how can you expect yourself to give so much and to put in so much effort when you are mentally, physically, emotionally drained and when you're empty from the inside? Laziness is not wanting to do the task with no guilt and just having energy to enjoy other things. And honestly, laziness is just temporary. Whilst burnout, on the other hand, is you wanting to do it, but you're just unable to do it. You have a lot of guilt. Even enjoyable things feel exhausting. And the exhaustion is so real. Personally, if I share my own very recent story with you all, after the death of a loved one in my family, I was very much mentally drained. And it was my first ever experience of going through something like that. But I did not have the time to sit through it. I had to get back very soon because I had my exams. And not to mention the high expectations of my parents and even myself on me to do the best and get the best results despite of what was going on in my surroundings. In all that chaos, I did not give myself the time to breathe, the time to acknowledge my feelings and emotions. Honestly, the pressure was always there. I was just kinda used to it since childhood, so I did not notice it. However, when I did collapse miserably in the midst of my exam gap, I was devastated. I sat at my desk for hours, constantly staring at the laptop screen, trying to read, yet there was nothing going inside my brain. The constant comparison of someone doing better than me and someone having their life sorted was just another thing mentally draining me. And I'm not telling you all this to make you feel sorry for me or for you to pity me. But this is a sign for you to breathe. Maybe for once in your life, you should just stop fixing everything and just breathe in the imperfection. Trust me, it will be worth it. Maybe you're not lazy. You're just exhausted from carrying too much for too long. Just breathe in the imperfection. Trust me, it will be worth it. Burnout can look like hours of procrastination, screen time, and lots of guilt. Not to talk about the mental exhaustion that comes with it, the kind of exhaustion even the simplest task feels heavier than it should. The kind where you are constantly thinking about everything that you need to do, but somehow you can't get yourself to begin. If the problem is laziness, the solution might be discipline. But if the problem is burnout, more pressure just makes things worse. Sometimes what you need isn't another motivational speech. Sometimes what you need is recovery. A chance to slow down, a chance to breathe, a chance to refill the tank before expecting yourself to keep driving. And maybe that is something more of us need to hear. Not every struggle is a discipline problem. Not every unproductive day is a sign of laziness. Sometimes you're just not lazy, just tired, and that is an important difference. The problem is that you have been running on empty for far too long. That is the video for today, and I hope you take this as a sign to breathe and to rest, and do make sure to not give up on your dreams and get back as soon as possible. The recovery may sometimes look like 12 hours of sleep for like a week, but then you get back on track feeling better than ever. That is the video for today. It is something very different from what I usually upload. So if you like it, make sure to let me know in the comments and I'll bring you guys more of it. Make sure to also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.